Done your maths, Bec, Friday night, massive one, isn't it?
Yeah, probably be cheering for Brisbane. No, look, we can't worry about other results. So we're in the great position that come Sunday we'll know what needs to happen, and the short summary of it is that we need to win.
You say you can't worry about the other results, but you have to, don't you? I mean, you've got to be fixed to the TV on Friday.
Well, not really. I mean, either GWS or Brisbane win, we still have to win, but we just might need to win by a bit more. But again, when we talk about how we're preparing this week, the focus will be on winning the game rather than we've got to pile on 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 goals, because I think as soon as you start talking about that, you're not going to get the result you want.
Put your Brisbane Lions jumper on Friday.
I don't have one, believe it or not. But look, I mean, they're two great teams, and either way, that will be a cracking contest.
How much would it mean to put yourselves in the position of winning a premiership for a second year in a row?
Well, it'd be amazing, but we haven't put ourselves in that position yet, I suppose. So we've got to get the game done on Sunday, and I think we've got a pretty scary team ahead of us, and that's Collingwood. And if Collingwood had another 2 weeks, I think they'd be right in the hunt for the premiership, because they're playing some really devastating football at the moment. And the number one thing that we have to do is work out how to stop that running game, that great kicking game that they've got going.
How do you feel like that you're playing at the moment?
How do I feel about
how you're playing at the moment?
Look, I don't think our Friday night game was the best football we've seen. The conditions for both sides were pretty difficult, though. It was extremely humid, so that doesn't make it great for what we want to play. But I know that our best football is still to come. We showed some really good footy against the Bulldogs earlier in the year, and some really great footy against Carlton, and I'd love to see a bit of that, hopefully 4 quarters of that on Sunday.
How about running on Ebony pull-up?
Yeah, Erin's really good. I've spoken to her early this week. She'll be out on the track tonight, and Eb's the same. I'm not sure what the colour of the face is at the moment, but look, she was really positive on Saturday morning when we left Darwin, and I've got no doubt that she'll be right to back it up on Sunday.
Have you sort of told the players to play on the edge? You seem to be copping a bit of tribunal scrutiny recently.
No, I mean, we don't go out to play illegally or get ourselves looked at by the match review panel. There's no doubt that we set ourselves up to be uncomfortable to play against, but that's not a physical issue. That's a team that wants to be hard to defend. So that's what we go out to set ourselves up to do each week. And unfortunately, we've had a couple of players that have found themselves in the eye of the MRP.
A couple of rising star nods throughout the year too.
Yeah, have we got another one this week? We have. Yeah, look, well, what a terrific season Sarah Allen has had, and she'll have another big job on one of Collingwood's best forwards this weekend, and she's really gone from strength to strength, improved her game significantly. And Eloise, a couple of weeks ago, was also really exciting to have her in. Yeah.
There's been a little bit made about an alleged complaint from one of your players. Where do you stand with all of that? Are you disappointed that should it be investigated? Or is it the way it's handled? Yeah,
look, I don't have a comment on it, to be honest, Jasper, that's it. Don't have a comment on it, that's a matter for the AFL.
When you look back across the season, Bec, do you think it's the start or the draw that's put you in this position? I mean, it's just so tight.
No, look, I don't look at the draw and think, was that the game that did it? We could look at the first 2 games and think the same thing, but the reality of it is it's only 7 games. You've got to try and win all of them. We haven't won all of them. We lost 2 last year. This year we lost 2 and drew 1, so it's a pretty similar season to year 1, but we've got to just look forward, and the forward part for us this weekend is beating Collingwood.
Looking forward with a bit of expansion, surely the AFL says, well, we might make it a top 4 instead of a top 2? Yeah, look, I think that's a natural progression, isn't it? Wouldn't it be great to have a final series? Essentially, we've got a final series this weekend. But I think psychologically for the players who are semi-professional athletes who give up so much of their lives just to play this 7-week season would love a top 4. And it's sort of easier to come by if you make a final and then perhaps miss out because you weren't the best team on the day rather than winning or losing or drawing one of your regular round seasons. Will there be any Bec Goddard type sayings to the girls? I don't know what you're talking about there. I don't know what sayings you might be talking about, but that's it. We do. We've got ourselves to this position now, and like we always say, when the foot's on the goose's neck, it's your choice to either put it down or just leave it hanging.
Just big picture back. I mean, the ladder would indicate how close the season is, but is that mirrored by what you've observed? I guess each team can beat each team. Has the gap between the best and the worst closed a great deal in year 2?
Yeah, I think the standard of footy has definitely improved, and you've seen certainly a simplified game plan from a number of coaches this season, which I think is really great and exciting, and where you want the competition to go. And the girls are definitely fitter, so that therefore makes for a hotter contest. So yeah, it's been a great season 2.
Does that game plan have anything to do with the AFL's note saying simplify the game plan?
I think, yeah, that's obviously had a little bit to do with it, but also you could see that we won a premiership on a really simple game plan last year. So when you've got a really short period of time, why wouldn't you go for a really simple game plan and get 100% of the team on board with that?
One talking point, I think Daisy Pearce raised it, talking about maybe having women's games as curtain raisers next year. How does that sit with you? Do you prefer that or standalone races?
I like standalone games.
Yeah.
We don't want the men's and the women's game compared to each other, and I think when you start to play them at the same venues, then naturally that's going to occur. And until the competition's got a little bit of history behind it and time to stand up on its own, then I prefer to see it stay on its own.